Welcome back to my channel. I have a very exciting video for you guys, a video that you have been anticipating for quite a while now. And I also have been missing for about a month. I haven't been posting any videos since the Ramadan daily vlogs, and I've just been focusing on my home, getting ready to prepare really awesome content for you guys. So I'm like sitting right in front of my kitchen window, so all of my neighbors that go for walks can fully see me recording, but that's fine. When I moved here, this kitchen was unbearable, okay? It was 13 years old. It hasn't been refreshed since the house has been built. We purchased this house in August, but we haven't moved until October. So we didn't move in for a couple months. We had the bathrooms redone because there was carpet in the bathroom. It was like the biggest nightmare I've ever seen. It was disgusting. We got a team together and they constructed that. The house was move-inable by October. October we moved in, but our kitchen has been a mess. To be able to transform this large kitchen for around 500 pounds is incredible. So I challenged myself. I love homes that have big windows, natural lighting, and because this house doesn't have that much lighting, I figured let's just create a really bright kitchen that's really comforting. Now here's the plan, all right? I'm gonna give you guys every single step we've taken to transforming this kitchen. I opened up a new Instagram page called Charity Home, which I'm so excited about. So if you wanna see more home things, more hauls, more DIYs, more decorations, transformations, ripping things out, like all of that fun content, then head over there and make sure you follow me over there. You guys really engage on that page. It's crazy. Shall we give you a little tour of this kitchen? All right, so the first thing we did is just evaluate the entire kitchen and figured out what we wanted to do. I was on Pinterest. What I do essentially, I wanted a very simple transformation. I wanted to keep everything simple, monochrome. So we decided to start unhinging all of these cabinets. Now this is actually a fridge. It's a fridge in here. This is actually not wood. This is like some sort of like laminate, sort of like Ikea furniture. But what we had to do first is I bought a sand machine and we just started sanding the laminate down because it had this really slight gloss to it, and if we were to paint straight over that, the paint wouldn't adhere. I'm gonna show you a clip of what that was like. Hey y'all, please excuse the mess, but I'm just unhinging all the cupboards and then take it outside, sand it down so the dust doesn't get everywhere, bring it back, paint it. Now I wanted to show you guys, I just had some white paint in the garage that is meant for doors and cupboards and stuff, so I'm just gonna paint it white temporarily and then maybe we'll paint it over. But first thing we need to do is sand it down because it is laminate. I wanted to show you why it's important to sand down. Now this is just one coat of the exact same pressure, the exact same paint. I've sanded it down to create like a rough texture and it held on way better. But yeah, no, we're gonna be there. It's a mess, but it's gonna look excellent.
Hey.
After all the cabinets were sanded down, I decided to go in with some leftover paint from my garage. Now I used leftover wall paint and I realized this was not working out for me. The doors that we managed to paint and fully sand down, and these only have one coat on them and that one has two, but I'm going to have to go in with three because I mean this is not like fully white and it's making me feel a little discouraged. What you actually need is wood paint. It just wasn't adhering, it wasn't thick enough. So then I invested in some wall paint, which was about 25 quid. And we went for like a satin finish. It looks matte, but it has like a very slight sheen. I don't know if you can see, like very, very slight sheen. We didn't want gloss. I don't like the look of gloss. And we could have gone with a completely matte finish, but the reason why we did satin is because that way it's easier to clean than matte and it's not like as fingerprinty, if you know what I mean. It took us about 2 coats of paint to coat everything. Now we actually first went in with a brush and that was leaving streaks. It wasn't the best idea. So then we bought one of these mini rollers and it just made life 1,000 times easier. Oh, when I tell you, the paintbrush was not a good idea. I don't know what I was thinking. And this was only like $3 to be honest, so don't waste your energy. It needed about 2 coats and then we just simply drilled it back into the cabinets, and once all the doors were painted, we then went in with the roller or a paintbrush and we painted the trimmings of the cabinets. And So that was the fun bit. That took about 2 days because we needed the first coat to dry, and then we went in with the second coat, and so we were home on lockdown, so it was great. The last thing we did after we drilled it in, it was quite easy because all of it was just white. So we went in with the brush and just got all the corners. These handles was actually the finishing touch that really pulled everything together. We got them from Amazon. They're so affordable. That costed us about 31 pounds, and it came with 20, and we needed exactly 20 to get all the cabinets in the kitchen. We drilled them in. Initially we got the wrong size, so you want to make sure you measure the whole distance. We measured the whole thing, and the smaller size kind of ended here, but the holes were here, if you know what I mean. Like, holes are here, but it ended here. So no, you have to measure hole to hole, and it actually wasn't too complicated, to be honest. The next thing I'm going to talk about is probably the most in demand. This is the sticker that we have on our countertops. Now, if you look closely, it does not look like all the other, oh, there's paint, just ignore the paint. It does not look like all the other regular marble stickers that you see. They look so synthetic. This stuff looks like the real deal, and it was quite affordable. So I needed about 3 rolls for this entire kitchen, but it is a big kitchen, and we also have an island. If you have a small kitchen, you could probably get away with 1 or even 2. And it was 20 pounds a roll. 20 pounds a roll. That's crazy. 1 roll did this whole island. So now you kind of get a perspective of how much is in a roll, and it's quite wide as well. I think it's 90 centimeters wide, that island. It is the most asked question. Now, it's from a specific brand, and I only shared it like once in my stories, and within like an hour it was completely sold out, and I know it's because of you guys. So I will link it down in the description box if you want to pick it up while it's still there, while it's still hot. But it is amazing. Really impressed with the quality. It's already adhesive on the other side. You literally just put it on. It's like a sticker. The tricky bit was like making sure that, like, see here, it's not that perfect because this table's rounded. It was so difficult for me. It took me like an hour just to do this edge. But I mean, it's, again, like I mentioned, and I'll show you a clip of me putting that together. Thing about this adhesive, countertop adhesive, was just getting it on this edge. Oh my god, I don't understand why it was so tricky. We actually had to cut it and do like 2 separate pieces, but you also can't just cut it and just paste it because you want to follow the gradients direction. So like all the lines are going in one way, so we had to cut it in a way where the print on the actual sticker is in the same direction of the print that's on the ledge. It was just so annoying. It's the most tedious part of this laminate. I'm just gonna give you a close-up of what it looks like. So we had to actually like cut it into 2 separate pieces, and also like just getting it to stick. I'm fine with just the way it is. I mean, I only want this kitchen for the next year or so, so I think it's fine. But if this is gonna be your forever design, you may need to go in with some Gorilla Glue and just glue that in. But I just wanted to show you how real this looks. It even has like a sort of like matte finish, if you know what I mean, which makes it look more like stone. I just want to clarify, I did this entire kitchen by myself. So if it's not perfect, this is not my... I did pretty well for someone who's never drilled, I mean, Amr helped me with a few drilling things, but he happened to mess up the few that he did help with. I'm not even trying to throw shade. I love the man, he's my husband, but he's not really handy. I'm the handy woman, and I'm not even that handy. If you're better at this stuff than I am, then you'll do fine. We just took like some sort of like clogging agent, kind of just took my finger and just... Honestly, it's not the greatest, not very proud of it, to be honest, but let's move on. This is the island that we did, but all in all, it's a big difference from what it used to be. You could tell that the roll sort of ended right here, so we had to just reapply on the other end. As for these open cabinets here, we actually had cabinet doors there. I didn't like them one bit. We painted them, and after I painted them, I realized these look so outdated. Even a good paint job cannot like fix it. We just took the hinges off and made these like open cabinets. And I found these tile adhesives. They look like Metro tiles, but they're actually stickers that you stick on. I thought they were really cute, but I didn't like the gray in the background. So I spent all night going over the gray with black with a Sharpie and a ruler. And I'm down to my last 3 because the gray was just not going with the theme of my kitchen. While we were renovating the kitchen, in the middle of it, we heard a big bang and the extractor that was here actually broke. I mean, I make a lot of like curries, a lot of Asian food, Ethiopian food, and it is very, very strong in smell. So we couldn't survive without an extractor. So we went ahead and purchased this extractor, which sort of just pulled everything together. Everything else is what was here from before. If you guys are interested in where I purchased it from, I will link it down in the description box. Now, a little tip for exposed cabinets or like shelving, you want to make sure that you put things that you will use regularly on there. And my friend Medina actually gave me this tip because she said if you put things that you rarely use, it will actually accumulate dust and it will just be counterproductive. Whereas if you put your plates or your beans or your flour or your oatmeal, things that you grab on a regular basis, that will be more productive for you, and you know, it won't just be for the sake of like storing things. So on my counter, I like to keep it quite bare, but I do have more things than I should actually. Just because this is like a candid kitchen moment. There's things on the cabinet. I usually have my coffee machine, my Nespresso capsules, my toaster, a few eggs. Now this is actually new to me because moving to the UK, I realized people don't store their eggs in the fridge as they do in Canada. So we have a few eggs there. I have this wooden serving platter slash cutting board that I got from HomeSense in Canada, and I brought it with me in my suitcase like 3-4 years ago. Who does that? Oh my god. Also, these jars are from Ikea. I have tea, green tea, and sugar in them, and honestly guys, it is so worth its price. I paid $3.50 for each of them, and usually these things go for like 10 each. They're perfect, they match the cutting board, so I thought that would look really cute. We have my favorite go-to knives there, scissors, things that I casually grab on this magnetic strip that actually came with the kitchen before we renovated it. So we just kept it there because we actually found it quite useful. I have rice, we eat a lot of rice, so I have rice, my Alexa, and no, I'm just introducing you, Alexa, don't worry. And my protein shake that I just recently got, and I thought it was really pretty packaging, so I kind of left it there. In my exposed cabinets, I have pearl barley, oatmeal, oats. I grab oats every single day. Adam eats oats every breakfast, so we have that for breakfast most of the time. I have my plain flour there. I love hibiscus. Now this is just some hibiscus in a jar that my friend got me. And then we have a few books I haven't read yet, except for Home Sweet Rented Home, which is Medina's book. I will link her book link down in the description box. It's really good tips and tricks on like DIYs and transforming your home in non-permanent ways. I usually have my Hinge book there as well. If you don't know what the Hinge book is, it's basically a book from Mrs. Hinge. It's just a weekly list planner. We also had this bar mount. They actually came with the kitchen, but we just figured we could spray paint them and use them for the time being. But yeah, they actually kind of go nicely with the matte black. I really love this bowl. It's a new purchase of mine. I got it from H&M Home. It's massive, and the reason why I got this bowl is because I wanted to put Allahu Akbar in Arabic calligraphy painted on it, and my sister-in-law does that. I said to her, I don't want a plain canvas like everyone else. I actually want something more me, and I figured if I give you a wooden plate, would you be able to do it? And she said yes. So right now it's blank, but I'm gonna actually get calligraphy done on top of it, which is a really cool idea as well. If it turns out really nice, maybe it'll give her an idea to start making some for you guys to buy as well. I really hate this sink, but unfortunately we were like, there's no point of just ripping this sink out and getting a new sink because this whole wall is going to be demolished and pushed back. So I'm a greenery girl, so we have lots of greenery in this corner. This is actually the dishwasher. A lot of you find it strange that there's a washing machine in the kitchen, but that's a UK thing. It's quite normal here, to be honest. This is my favorite countertop spray. It's from Method and it is the rhubarb one. It smells amazing. This planter, I just put it here to be honest, but it's from H&M Home, and this plant, which looks quite real but it's not, is from Home Sense. These eucalyptus leaves are from Home Sense, and this fake fern is from Lara Dune. This is just a little nook. I mean, we still want to put something here because I find it quite bare, where we put our mail or things, unanswered receipts and stuff that we need to sort through, we put it here. This little basket holder thing is from Ikea, and I actually just spray painted one of them black because that's my thing. As for this really quirky wall decor, I did this yesterday, and I just did this with pieces that I had lying around the house. I purchased these printouts from Etsy. You can actually just go to B&Q, buy a plank of wood and stain it yourself and save so much more money. I think I paid like £46 for just the shelf and the brackets, but I'm pretty sure you can find a much more affordable alternative. That's here, but it's just a larger version. Now, I usually store my potatoes in there, and I just hung a few things that I use quite often or I thought that would look cute. This kitchen didn't have any tiles. It actually already had vinyl on the floor. So we ripped out that vinyl and we got new vinyl that actually is quite cute and quirky. All right, so we have the vinyl flooring that arrived this morning. We just cleared out the floor, vacuumed it, and now we are going to start trimming, measuring basically this cubicle area and just laying it down. First adding the adhesive, which is this adhesive over here. And I'm so excited for this. I feel like this will completely transform the kitchen, and I'm so tired of looking at this ugly flooring. Flooring is from Flooring Superstore, and it is an actual vinyl. We actually are waiting for a big brown rug, sort of like this color. I love it. Now, we needed quite a bit, so it was quite expensive. This is probably the most expensive thing that we purchased for the kitchen. It costed us about £213 for this entire space box. But again, once we get a nice warm rug, it will add lots of pretty color to this room. Right, so for this entire kitchen, the moment you have been waiting for. Now, some of the things I actually already had in my house, so I just sort of was creative with where I put things. To transform this entire kitchen, we spent approximately £530, and it looks like a completely brand new kitchen. I will list everything down in the description box for you. If I miss anything, just comment down below and ask me, and I'll be happy to help. I hope you enjoyed this kitchen transformation video. Sorry if it was super lengthy. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and join the family for more awesome home content, beauty content, fashion content, the works. Mwah. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Alexa next. Alexa. Yeah, Alexa next. Alexa discriminates if you're old.